A 10K buy-in, a $5 million guaranteed prize pool. It must be main event time. This is Million South America, coming to you from the Enjoy Resort and Casino in Punta del Este, Uruguay. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks here with you as we work throughout the week towards crowning a new Party Poker Live Millions champion. And Brent, we certainly have a treat to kick things off as we look out over our field. Quite the field size.
Wow,
how about that?
What a turnout, huh? Nice showing. Man, I wish I was in there playing. Instead, I'm stuck in the booth here with you, Jeff.
Well, you probably saved yourself 10K.
No doubt.
We move in to our set, to our featured table, and some recognizable faces at that featured table.
Yeah, say that again. How about a celebrity up on top of this leaderboard? Papo MC.
Yes, sir.
Hip-hop legend out of Argentina. How about the chip stack? 2.4 million. Matheus Pimenta, online legend, Jeff. This guy is a killer when it comes to tournaments. Also, check out Rafael, GM Moraes, another online phenom. Short stack at the moment, Neil Farrell, Farrell. We've had him in coverage the last couple of days. Nice to see him back at the feature. Can't leave out Cesar, Sanguinetti, Jorge, Teodoulou, and Omar, Carranza.
Absolutely nailed it. Neil Farrell coming off that bubble of the super high roller yesterday, looking to get back on track. We pick the action up as we start level 5 of this tournament, 6K, 12K, with a 12K button ante. We have 4 more levels to close out the day, and here we go. Welcome to the Party Poker Live Million South America main event.
I'll tell you the only thing that's wrong with my name pronunciation, I just can't roll the tongue. I can't do the R roll.
I can't roll the R either.
That's it. Everything else was perfect, really.
We might be in trouble in Uruguay.
Right. Sure.
You mentioned the cutting calories part. I just haven't seen that in the office, but you know, that doesn't mean that you aren't.
Yeah, it's the things you don't see.
Right. Like car rides, you don't eat now.
No eating while driving. That's a big no-no, by the way.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that. You know, light dinners, usually just maybe 1 entree instead of 2 or 3.
Oh. Kings for Matheus on the button. The 3-bet is to 128,000. Queens for Neil in the small blind.
It has just been this kind of day a disaster for Neil Farrell.
Perhaps thrilled to look down at 2 queens. Oh my
gosh, you have 295,000. You're just
this is the dream spot.
So excited with a massive 3-bet out in front. Just get it in.
Yep, all of it goes into the middle. Omar folds, Matheus making the call, and here we go. Neil Farrell all in and at risk with 2 queens against the pocket kings of Matheus Pimenta. Neil said, gonna go ahead and take the mic off.
Never been so unhappy to look at queens in my entire life.
Oh, he's trying to imply that he thought he was in trouble before. Let's see if he can get out of trouble. Not yet. It comes ace-7 deuce. Turn is a 6. Neil will need to find a queen to stay alive, and does not.
Just unraveling all day long. Could never get it going.
Really, the last 2 days have been quite torturous for Neil, who bubbled the super high roller final table. There is unlimited re-entry in this one, so he can go fire again.
It's bittersweet, Jeff.
Yeah. There is a look at the chip counts for the feature table. Marty Mathis, the defending champion of the Million South America main event, is here with more than 3.7 million in chips. Party Poker Team Pro Roberto Romanello has almost 3 million. Chino Rheem.
He did it, Jeff. Chino hung on. He made it to the feature.
He held on to his chips right before the break. And Zinno. Neil Farrell is also here. He hasn't run particularly well on our featured table set, but maybe that means he's due. Blinds going up, 10K, 20K, with a 20K button ante. In fact, Jennifer Shahadi based her podcast, which is called The Grid, originally on a chess grid.
That's right. And
but
Michael Adamo, we talked about him in Australia.
Grid,
He also came over from the world of chess. Even, Daniel Negreanu was out there talking about chess. He plays from time to time. Dan Smith.
Bill
Perkins plays a lot of chess.
David Tuckman likes to get in the mix, right?
I don't consider him a poker player. Producer George said third place finisher in the World Series main event a couple years ago. Second place, actually, runner-up, Martin Stasko. Big-time chess guy.
Marty, big-time aces guy. The run good at Million South America continues for him. Won the main event last year. Second in the Super High Roller this week. One of the chip leaders today. His 3-bet is to 210,000. Chino had opened with the 9-10 of hearts under the gun. Chino doesn't fold the 9-10 of hearts.
Never. Never has. Never will. Doesn't really care what the stack size is. Here to gamble. Little bingo.
Almost 500K in this pot.
This is what Chino does best. Marty, I'm afraid you've met your maker. My name is Chino.
This could be trouble for Chino, though, as it comes 9-7-4.
The hand that never misses. Always a pair, always a draw.
Always something, dude. That's a backdoor straight draw.
Yeah. Question is, does he end up with quad nines or just nines full?
Sizable lead here from Marty.
Yeah, Marty, he's just going after it.
Chooses not to down bet.
You just love aces when you're up against a guy like Chino Rheem. Fights for every pot.
Blank on the turn. So you see on the top left corner of your screen what happened pre-flop.
And that sizing on the flop now sets up what very well could be just a pot size all in. Chino's going to be forced to call, I think. I mean, considering a flush draw on the board, here we go.
Yeah, there is the shove.
Chino says, okay, well, man, sometimes you got to pay in the money. You're ahead of flush draw still. Show me an overpair. I'll be surprised if he gets off of this. He is very savvy. He knows that maybe this kid just has an overpair all the time, right?
5 outs. 5 outs.
That's what he's saying. He's saying worst case is I still have 5 outs.
Which will be 5 ounces, 5 outs.
Said you probably have kings. Lays it down.
I haven't seen Chino fold top pair in his entire career.
An excellent fold of the 10-9.
Wow. Norman,
wow,
Chick, congratulations. That
congratulations.
channel is just taking off.
50. 50. 50,000.
Anthony 3-betting here with the queens.
Hugo now. A nice price. No, exact 3x sizing by Zinno. Price is in, Hugo. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it comes 10-7-5 with 2 spades.
It's
Top
a
pair in the
dream.
ace-high flush draw for Hugo. Still trailing Anthony's queens. Just slightly. Anthony bets 150K with 665K behind. All of it from Hugo.
There we go.
The call from Anthony. Anthony's all in and at risk with queens against the ace-10 of spades
Got a nice
of
little
Hugo
high right
Spangenberg.
hand. Beautiful.
Flippy, flippy.
That is a flip. Hugo looking for an ace-10 or spade. Does not find it on the turn. The
Wow.
river is a 10, so it's 10s full for Hugo. That does it for Anthony Zinno. Registration is still open. He can re-enter if he so chooses.
It looks like 163.
Okay.
So 155 yesterday, 163 today. Jeff.
35 online.
Yeah, they're going to be short.
$5 million guaranteed prize pool.
Going to be short unless folks start rushing in, registering here last minute.
2 levels of open registration to start play tomorrow. There is
Wow.
unlimited re-entry.
What great value for this tournament.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Might see some late flights booked to Uruguay.
Including mine.
That's fine. Neil defends with the 9-5. Hugo to open with queens. Comes ace-jack-8, 2 clubs. Players have a club. Quickly goes check-check.
You'll notice too, Neil doesn't even consider putting a chip in the middle here. Hugo with the quick check on the flop, another very content check back on the turn. It's going to take an overbet, a lot of creativity in this spot for Neil to get something through. And look at this, he's going to give it a go.
He's going to reach, and it
There it
is
is.
going to be an overbet. 300K, about 2x pot.
5 and a 9 in his hand, representing possibly a 9-10 combo or 5-6. There you go. Only shot he has to win this spot right here. I love the overbet. Yeah, it has evolved. A part of this, the evolution, we talked about how the game has come so far. Whenever you show that you just have showdown value, pretty much polarized. Yes, I have jacks, or excuse me, I have queens, maybe jack X on my forehead, 2 kings, some sort of single pair. We can now exploit that. And look at this, great call.
Hugo makes the call with the queens. Those queens are good.
What are we doing here, Neil? What are we doing here?
Just giving it away, man.
Brent, how'd your Bonnies end up doing last night?
Fantastic.
Did they
Jeff,
win?
thanks
Get
for
a win
asking.
at St. Joe's?
1 by 18.
Tough
covered.
place to play.
It
Oh,
is.
so Barstool Big Cat was right on
Oh,
this.
yeah, he nailed it. He's sharp.
Lock of the day.
Yeah, he's sharp.
Ooh.
Again.
Chino with ace-queen after Marty opens with 9s.
Table's blowing
Neil
up
with
now.
queens on the
Right at the
button.
end.
Oh, my. The 2 guys that have been complaining about to just go head up.
We said it wouldn't take much. This is more than enough for them to put the chips in the middle.
And if Neil does want to put in a cold 4, and I assure you he does, how much, likely just has to stuff it.
And that's what he will do.
Marty's in a weird spot. I think we just get off of 9s, but then again, if we just notice how these players are very steamy at the moment, Chino's going off. We know it's the witching hour. It's punting season.
Neil woke up with it. Cuánto? Ocho?
750
How
or
much?
775 or something.
Ocho Cien.
And Niall would do this, I have to imagine, with
7.
Probably, especially Chino is a
That's around
3-better with
190.
8s, 9s
Yeah,
plus,
6.
somewhere in there. With his stack size, can still get in again if we go broke.
775. 1, 2.
Okay, so it's 775K total.
6, 7, 75. That's. I don't know if that's good for you or bad for you. I don't have much. I think I'm supposed to fold. But, like, I don't like folding these fucking hands. I just want to gamble with you. You can have jacks. You probably have ace-king, but you can have jacks.
He does make the call. He'll see the queens.
Fuck.
30%.
Yeah,
Dream.
it's fine.
Not fold there. Especially.
Niall's in nice shape,
Niall
69%.
Farrell, all in and at risk with queens against
Sorry,
the
bud.
ace-queen of Chino Rheem.
The classic 1-out situation.
My bad.
Niall's really going to be
folded a
thrilled
queen,
if an
right?
ace comes. It comes 5-3-3. So far, so good for Niall Farrell. Just has to dodge an ace river card.
Oh
It
my
is
gosh.
the
Sorry, Niall.
ace!
That's all right.
Oh,
A horrendous run for
I'll
Niall
say it till I
Farrell
die.
here in
Rather be
Uruguay
lucky
over
than
the
good.
last couple days.
Clearly, as you could see.
Oh my.
I have a stomach ache.
In fairness to him, he was sick of
Niall
shit
is
already,
certainly
so
sicker
I'm
than
just-
I am right now.
I'm putting my buddy out of his
Wow.
misery. Let him go enjoy some beers, which I'm sure he will. Yeah.
Time to bag and tag for day 1B of the Party Poker Live Million South America main event. 168 entries today, 98 players putting chips in the bag. That includes our defending champion, Marty Mathis, with almost 4 million in chips. Nice stacks for Chino Rheem, for Hugo, for the Party Poker Team Pro, for Roberto Romanello, for Seiji Star. Eric Penner survives. He'll move on to day 2 with 630K in chips. Day 1A with 155 entries, 35 entries online, meaning we're at a total of 358 entries. We play down to the money today. Welcome to Punta del Este, Uruguay. Welcome to Moving Day. This is Party Poker Live Millions South America. It is day 2 of the main event. Hello, everyone. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks in the broadcast booth. Come join us inside the Enjoy Resort and Casino. Brent, an action-packed day ahead. How about the stack of Robert Idorn?
My goodness, Idorn up and away. Did he catch the right wave out there on the beach, huh? 183 bigs coming into this feature table. Gaspar Fernandez right behind him. Papo MC. He's back here at the feature, got himself a healthy stack. Party Poker Live Pro, Dzmitry Urbanovich in the building. Andre Sa, Freak Schulten, and Carlos Mironiuk.
Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks. You can follow us on Twitter. He's at Buffalo Hanks. I'm at Jeff Platt. How was your evening last night, Buffalo Hanks?
It was okay, Jeff.
Okay.
I'm a little tired, a little gassed.
You go out? You go out in town?
No, I
Oh,
just,
okay.
you know, I for whatever reason, continue to stay up too late. I was watching college hoops. Great
65.
games. By the way, my pick of the
I
day
was going to
came
say,
through
you gave
again.
us a great pick.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Freak in a little trouble here as he raises on the button with the ace-queen.
Oh, this is a straight cooler.
Gaspar looking down at the ace-king of clubs in the small blind.
It's just not fair. Look at Freak's stack size.
Yeah, he
just
started the
over
day with 20
500.
bigs.
Jeez.
He has less now. And he might have 0 when it's all said and done this hand.
Ask yourself, what would Ryan Reese do? Doppelganger. If the money goes in, I know he'd make a queen.
Here's the 3-bet. A sizable one. All of it. And the call. We see Robert folded a queen. So Freak Schulten out of the Netherlands, all in and at risk with the ace-queen.
And put it in instantly. Just
Gaspar's ace-king
already
clubs, yeah.
decided this money's going in. No thought, no question whatsoever. Here we go.
Button versus small blind, a bit of a cooler. Does have some chop outs. Does have backdoor diamonds. For now looking for a queen. Doesn't find it on the turn. Doesn't find it on the river. That does it for Freak Schulten. Registration's still open. Re-entry is unlimited, so could go fire another bullet. Should
I
he
don't
so
see
choose.
why not. I'd get right back in here. 30 bigs at
Yeah.
the moment. 15-30. Start with a mill. Over 30 bigs.
Previous 18 have awarded more than $100 million in
boy.
prize money. Papo with kings.
Another premium.
72.
Little freestyling.
¿Cómo? 75 entonces.
Raise to 75.
Little adjustment. Ramon Kropmans with ace king.
Oh man, this is really rough. Ace king on the cutoff. Likely going to be 3-betting. If he does just flat, he is my hero.
There is the 3-bet to 250K.
And I really don't see a world in which this money just doesn't get in pre. Unless Papo decides to get very tricky and flat. The 250. But I think, considering that Kropman started the hand about 40 bigs, we are just playing for all of it. And if you're going to go ahead and 4-bet here, make sure it's big enough to commit. Maybe even considering all of it. There it is. Maybe.
Olin.
Here it is.
Kropman knows, I give him credit. Okay,
Yeah.
This is a premium. He's up against a very big hand. He knows that Papo is unlikely to ever be 4-betting without anything. Maybe jacks plus. Could be as good as just queens plus and ace king.
Hand a bit too good. He does make the call, and here we go. Ramon Kropman's all in and at risk with ace king against Papo MC's kings. Out comes 6-4-4, safe one for Papo MC. Ramon needs to find an ace. Can't do it on the turn. Can he find it on the river to stay alive? He cannot. Ramon Kropman's eliminated. Still time to re-enter.
That's frustrating for Ramon, a notorious high-stakes online player. This tournament really means everything to him. His first opportunity to play a major event. Just gets cooled off by the phenom Papo MC.
Regular less, the fish have more chips.
The Argentinian
Regular
rapper,
no?
almost
That's the
4.6 million in chips.
I'm very
I would
sad.
say an
I had
influencer, right? He's got 2.2 million
Oh.
followers on Instagram.
I'm sad. Very sad.
People having fun.
I hope so. I
That's-
hope so. That's what we're here for.
Carlos rips it in with the ace-7.
We can play
Andre
show
with
one.
ace-9 in the big
So the winner
blind.
has to show one card if you all want to play.
Okay.
It's more fun for TV.
It's better for you, but it's nice for
We're
me.
showing one anyway all the
Robert
time.
makes
so
it official.
it's fine.
Every winner has to show one.
So that's it. We're locked in. Everyone,
I think
okay.
so.
Vamos mostrando una,
Show
dos.
one game.
El que gana tiene más
Andre
una
makes
carta.
the call. He's going
La
to be in
lista, el
good
que pierde
shape
la mano.
against
The loser
Carlos's
chooses
ace-7.
Yeah, the
One
loser
card.
shows. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
No.
Chooses, yeah.
Yeah.
The loser chooses
Yeah,
one
yeah.
card.
Carlos Mironiuk
Good luck.
from Argentina, all in and at risk with the ace-7. Comes 8-4 deuce with 2 diamonds. Carlos does have the ace of diamonds. For now needs a 7. There's the king of diamonds on the turn. Now with 10 outs.
Wow.
And spikes the queen of diamonds on the river.
Doble.
The double up.
Vamos a
For
jugar y muestra la
Carlos.
carta que gana.
90. Raise to 90.
Makes it 90K on the button. Queen 7 of diamonds for Dzmitry into the muck. Will we see Oliver play a hand? We will, as he looks down at a very pretty Jack 10 of spades. Oliver started this hand with 1 million. And says all of it. Damien makes the call. Here we go.
All in call.
Oliver Price all in and at risk with the Jack-10 of spades against Damien's Ace-King. Little more than 2 million in the middle. Damien Salas looking for his Ace-King to hold up.
Oh.
Perfect card in the window for Oliver. Does pick up a gut shot. Does have a backdoor flush draw. Can also hit a Jack or a 10.
Well, it's not a terrible card. 8 or a
We'll
queen.
need a queen or an 8. That's a 10 on the river. That'll do it for Oliver Price. Still time to head to the cage if he wants to fire another bullet.
Hold. Hold. Hold.
Hey, good for Damien there to snap call with the Ace-King. He's coming around.
Raise to a 90. 90,000. Hold.
Wow. Jeff, as this pot starts to develop here at our table, I need to tell you about something that happened at an outer table.
Oh, please do.
Defending champion Marty Mathis just eliminated 2 opponents in one hand.
Wow.
From the big blind, Marty defended with pocket force. Flop, king 4-4.
Oh, that's decent, I would say.
2 players
for
are all in front of him. Both opponents having ace-king. Double elimination. Marty Mathis is
What
our
a beauty.
chip leader, up to 8.8
Wow.
million. We got to get him over here to the feature. What a story developing. Wow.
And not just the defending champion, but just finished in second place in the 25K Super High Roller. South America is the place to be if your name is Marty Mathis.
Almost 9 million in chips.
75. 75,000.
Ah, papi. Hola, viejito.
You know, just 225 bigs or so,
debe
not
ser
really a
de-
big deal.
And that really now, all of a sudden, I'm thinking about the size of the stack you mentioned that Daniel Rezai
bueno,
has.
yeah, 19
Online
million.
qualifier
Pagala y
with
después
19 million.
hace lo siguiente.
Man, that
Se va a hacer las
assume it's
amarillas,
got to
por
be
favor,
chip lead
para
for
que ella
tomorrow.
me haga las gestiones.
Clearly at the moment.
Ah, perfecto, perfecto.
It'll be close.
Bueno,
in
muchas gracias,
similar
papi.
structure
Ya
events like
arrancamos.
Millions
Ah,
UK,
qué
I think
lindo,
the chip
por
leader
suerte.
day 3 had around
Around
25 or
Tengo
so.
2.400.000. Había empezado con 1.600.000.
Bit smaller field here though,
Así que
so
bueno, buen arranque, papi. Bien, buen arranque.
maybe it'll be at around the 20 mark as Gaspar. Check raise the turn.
Yeah, wow, this is
Dzmitry made the call. 8 of hearts on the river, 750K in the pot.
pretty thin check raising the turn when a deuce rolls off. You do have all the deuces, I suppose, from the big blind. Could he have been semi-bluffing with a flush draw in that spot? Seems a little thin. We know Gaspar is going to give it a lot of thought. Nothing but queen high on the river as he continued to tell a story, saying, I've got trips. Did I river a flush? And he's all in.
All of it.
2x pot shove, putting Urbanovich to the test.
Can Dzmitry find the call? If he can, he'll double up.
Better call.
Max aggression from Gaspar.
This is strong. Urbanovich thinking exactly what I just talked about. It's a flush or it's a deuce, and it's going to work.
Lays down the king.
Huge
Well played,
bluff.
Gaspar. Andre with ace king raises it up. Dzmitry with 10s on the button. Starting the hand with about 35 bigs. will 3-bet it
275.
to 275K.
Hold. Hold. Hold in.
All of it from Andre. Dzmitry makes the call. Here we go. Similar stacks, but it's the Party Poker Team Pro, Dzmitry Urbanovich, all in and at risk. With pocket tens against Andre Sa's Ace King.
Clásico flip.
Comes Queen 9-5. So far, so good for Dzmitry. Looking to dodge an Ace or a King.
10 for a sweat.
Turn is a Jack. Andre now needs an Ace or a 10 to bust Dzmitry. It is the King of Spades on the river. It's a straight for Dzmitry Urbanovich.
Like 1-4.
Critical coin flip.
I'm proud of me.
Direction of Urbanovich, and now Andre left with just crumbs.
Ah, yes, was good fold. Good fold.
You had the 10.
I had 10.
Andre continues to run poorly at this featured table. Because it's guaranteed, thanks in part to that man just walking off
Mike
camera.
Sexton, yeah.
The chairman of Party Poker,
That's
Mike
right.
Sexton, making a brief appearance. Marty Mathis will make more than a brief appearance here with more than 8.7 million
Oh
in
my
chips.
goodness.
Just a commanding lead, not just in the tournament, but especially over this feature table. Mathis, the defending champ, and Brent coming off a second place finish in the super high roller. Pretty sure that's right.
Remco would know. Where is he? He's good for something, the Mongrel. Remco, if you're out there, please fill us in.
Eles vão estudar todo o nosso jogo, viu? Se você for
Alex Powers.
It is. It's Alex. Oh, Alex Powers. Okay, fine. Never mind.
Mas
You're
no
right,
brasileiro
Jeff. I
também
should have
Right
never doubted
again.
you.
Tem que pensa que não.
Right again.
Mas a gente não vai pegar o filme para ficar vendo os caras jogando, como é que os caras jogam.
Vixe, nós vamos.
Eles perdem tempo para passar.
Jacob opens on the button with the Jack 10. Raul
Eles querem pegar esse dinheiro.
Ding up with the Ace Jack.
Bom,
Comes Jack 10 deuce. Some
Não,
trouble
mas
for
também faz
Raul,
isso. Isso também faz.
Oh my
who will
goodness.
just lead for all of it.
all
Jacob
of
happy to make the call.
all of it right there. Okay. 940,000 to 210. Raul looking to give
When you flop top pair, Brent.
Jack Daniels something to drink about. Trying to turn an ace.
Does not. Can he river one? He cannot.
Those both look like
Jackson
aces.
tens. And Raul had Jacob slightly out chipped, it appears. Be happy to join you.
Bigger stack pays, but like
Yeah.
Kings for Hugo.
How about who finished higher in the super high roller?
finishes higher in what?
In the super high roller.
Ace King for Luis. He thinks it's great timing. In actuality, it's the opposite.
Okay.
All of it from Luis.
Uh-oh.
Thing is, you have to go to big dinners though, because like
Here's the
Hugo
call from Hugo
lost.
with the Kings.
Yeah.
Ace king.
That's a good hand.
The brutal day continues for
My
Luis.
10-7 was going to be any good. I wasn't calling
Needs
anyway.
to
but-
find an ace. Doesn't on the flop. Doesn't have a club. Queen on the turn. Deuce on
Good luck,
the
guys.
river. That'll do it
you.
for Luis. A disappointing day to say the least.
Nice hand.
Comes in with more than
Getting big
4
hands at this
million in
table.
chips.
Are these the only two guys speaking English at the table? They are. That's it.
Believe so. Haven't heard much from the other guys.
Only two
so
Americans.
We
that
don't.
much is true.
We have a language
There's
barrier,
some-
let's face it.
Una capa, algo. Una capa, me está matando la luz ahí.
Back to work for
¿A quién
Marty.
le puedo pedir?
raise.
Raise to 100.
We know Hugo
He
likes
loves
these
it.
ace-X.
He loves it.
Mierda,
Yeah.
tendrá.
Can't get enough of them.
capaz.
Likes to stare him
Una
down,
preguntita.
too.
No tendrá.
We haven't seen him 3-bet, I don't think. He's just been calling small blind, button before, button again here.
Yep.
Takes 2 to tango. Did I ever mention that tango was originated in Uruguay?
You didn't.
Yeah, that's a fact, Jeff.
Wow.
Tango. It all started right here in the beautiful country of Uruguay.
Wow. From Montevideo itself, right? The capital,
Yeah.
right?
So, oh, my.
Oh, boy. It comes ace-7-6, the open-ender for Carlos. Top pair for Marty, but top 2 pair for Hugo.
What a ridiculous flop.
And it's Carlos leading here for 125K with 430K
Legend.
behind.
Absolute legend. Look at Carlos.
Stone cold.
Marty probably maybe on this sort of texture. Consider raising? No. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he makes it 300K.
And Hugo, uh-oh. Here it comes. Marty is not going to be happy with this spot.
Carlos has 430,000 behind. Hugo has 3.1 million. Marty has all the chips.
Now, if Hugo puts in another raise here and Carlos stuffs it with the open ender, oh, this is very trappy.
As he makes the call. Carlos not going to stuff it quite yet. Marty's eyebrows are raised. 8 of diamonds on the turn. A pair and a straight draw now for Carlos. Nobody has a diamond.
This might check through. Hugo could be afraid of the flush that's come home. Still slightly scared of Marty, who did raise this flop with ace-jack over top of a Carlos lead. All of a sudden, it is sticky.
It does check all the way around. River card is the 9 of diamonds, so it's 2 pair for Carlos, who just rips it in.
Oh, my. Tell me this
Nobody
isn't gonna
has
work,
a
right?
diamond.
Is this going to work? Is Hugo really going to fold? It's a one-liner to a straight. Any diamond beats you. It's 255,000 into 1.5 million, and this could somehow work for the legend that is Carlos. It's the only hand you beat. Somehow 7-8 or 8-9. Oh my gosh, it's gonna work.
It's gonna fold. It works.
Legend.
All right, Brent, here we go. Carlos, all of it with the ace-5.
Yep.
25. All in. Goes to 190. 190,000.
Jacob will raise it up.
Fold.
Marty has Jack 10 in the big blind.
Like 4 million now?
Yeah. No, you don't. Here's 150 for both of us. 75, right? Here's the side.
Carlos in a great shot for the triple up, Jeff.
Yep.
Here we go.
70.
Let's go. Just all the aces on the flop. What do you say?
Just end it.
I'll take all the 5s too. I mean, whatever. I won't be greedy.
Is Carlos all in and at risk?
Okay, 2 players.
2 players on the side. How about this, Brent? Ace-5 deuce.
Guy just picks his spots, let's face it. Lock City.
6 on the turn. It'll be the triple up.
Welcome
for
back.
Carlos Antunes out of Brazil.
40.
Jacob going to bet here. He'll win the side pot. Carlos will win the main.
Ah,
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's all you have, sir?
There we go,
Ace
another
is
ace on the
full.
river. That's how he does it. Carlos staying alive.
Back in business. Good time to run hot.
They said payouts in 2014 were top heavy. They weren't lying. Right back to work for Marty with the jack-8 of spades. All of it from Carlos with the ace-jack. Marty makes the call, and Carlos is in fantastic shape to double up.
Jeff. Of course, he picks his spots to perfection.
Reasonable.
Marty looking to get lucky to bust Carlos. It comes 10-3-3, one spade. Couple backdoor draws for Marty. That being one of them.
I smelt it too.
Yeah.
Does not get there on the river. Aces and threes for Carlos. Here he comes.
He has 10x'd his stack since he was all in for roughly 75,000 just a moment ago. Oh.
It's not me, Brent, just to clarify, so we can see.
I know, I can see it right there. Hitting us with the booger sugar.
Carlos rips it in with force. Durair with the king, queen of spades. Does make the call.
All right,
Here
Carlos,
we go, Brent.
the legend.
Massive flip for Carlos with
Will
force.
it continue?
Against Durair's Rosario's king, queen of spades.
Oh.
Comes 10-10-8. So far, so good.
outs.
Needs to dodge an 8, king or queen for now, and
Oh,
it's
no.
an 8 on the turn. The river card
Oh.
is a 6. He'll count it down to be sure. Looks like good game to Carlos.
That'll do it. The one, the only.
Good game.
Carlos.
Carlos Antunes from Brazil. Welcome back inside, everyone, to the Enjoy Resort and Casino. Jeff Platt alongside Brent Hanks. The stacked featured table for you. Yuri's King's pretty amazing as well.
Raise to 160. Fold. 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 Fold.
The other day with Jack, we were playing.
On it.
The pot, if you win the pot.
Happy.
Go happy. That would be incredible.
Oh.
Here it is from Mike Sexton. The timing not great for the Poker Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
Ouch. Although,
I guess everyone
hey,
will be fine.
Yeah.
one over.
It's super fun for the two. So.
Give me
I kind
worse.
of think it's coming.
We can't lose Mike Sexton this early, so let's just go ahead. Yuri, maybe just let him have this one.
Well, Brent, it doesn't look like Yuri is going to lay down the kings.
I don't know. He's not going to fold, but what I'm saying is he's going to
Call and
call
lose.
and lose.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we go.
And I'm not rooting for anybody here. I'm not.
course,
I'm
of
not.
course.
You know, clearly I'm not biased towards the Hall of Famer, the great Mike Sexton.
Because you do
In this
love
spot.
Yuri. You love
Yeah, I
them
do.
both.
I've loved them. I covered him
We
during
just
the main
think
event this
the
year.
ace is going to
He
come.
was my guy. Made a hell of a run. I think he finished in 28th.
28th?
I want to say. Yeah.
Sexton find an ace. Nobody does find a jack. Does have a backdoor flush draw as well. Looking for an ace or a jack for now.
Oh, that'll
King on
do
the
it.
turn. That is
Just
not
dead.
the best turn card in the world for Mike.
Bye, Mike.
Good game to Mike Sexton, an absolute class act. They call him the ambassador of poker for a reason.
Não posso tirar capilé.
Party Poker chairman, the Poker Hall of Famer. Out on day 2. Oh, gets a hug from Carlos.
You gotta hug him. He's a legend. Once he got into poker, he moved there just so he could surf and play poker. Now he lives in Florianopolis, which is a beach city. He won his bracelet this summer. It took him a week to really let that sink in, to internalize. And he has been a diehard poker fan since he was 15 years old. This man right here, Yuri Zavalevsky.
875.
Jack Sinclair shoves 11 bigs from the cutoff.
875.
Douglas about to look down at an ace. Douglas does make the call. Here we go. Jack Sinclair all in and at risk.
Hey. I need to change, I guess.
Former World Series of Poker main event final tableless. Spikes a king. Couple backdoor draws for Douglas. For now needs an ace. Does not spike. Jack Sinclair doubles up.
Jack's back.
Won the World Series of Poker Europe main event.
Is that his hippo?
In 2018. I do believe
I
so.
He's got a lucky hippo.
Sure.
Sinclair has aces this time, makes it 200K.
Jack is back. Nobody home thus far for anybody. Oh my.
Somebody's home here.
Straight cooler.
Ezekiel with the ace king of hearts.
É difícil de contar?
Eu sou meio lento.
É ruim de conta?
Tenho prática, mano.
Com nervosismo.
Sinclair started the hand with about 20 bigs.
Depois de um tempo, porra.
E as pilhas então.
Aqui é de 20?
Aqui é 20, é.
And given the size of the 3-bet, Ezekiel attacking Sinclair, this looks to me like it's always strength. If he does have a lot of bluffs here, God bless him. But Sinclair notices that as well. It's just
the all-in in the call.
Easy rip, knows he's getting called.
You see Sinclair flip the 2 aces in terrific shape to double up.
I need 2 equals.
6-3-3 is a pretty boring flop, which is just fine with Jack Sinclair, who all of a sudden is up to almost 4 million in chips.
I mean 1.8.
Ezekiel with aces. I mean, this man has seen some hands.
Oh, trapping.
Just calling here.
He's hoping that somebody
Sean.
wakes up.
One, whenever you're ready. There we go. Signing the bill. Ace king.
Oh my gosh, that's it. How does this happen? Ezekiel, the one time, decides to just set the trap. It's going to work out to perfection.
Yes, it is.
Pablo has no choice but to grip, rip, all in, fire in the hole. And I don't know, Sean Bussey with 2 5s, he may decide he's going to go with it here. I don't know. Ezekiel with just under 5 million in chips.
We have seen Ezekiel 3-bet quite often. He's had it every time.
The stack size for Pablo, what Bussey is seeing, this is very troublesome.
The blue is.
Yeah, it's 6 over there.
He has the sort of hand where he has to either fold or move it all in. You can't just really flat and open up the door for the opponent behind you to move it in. If you're going to get better hands to fold out, say he's got 8s or 9s, you have to move it in here. Great fold.
Instead, he lays it down. Excellent lay down. The snap call from Ezekiel. Here we go. Papo Silva all in and at risk with ace king against 2 aces. Ezekiel was just on the other side of this, now looking for aces to hold. Pablo has backdoor spades. Pablo has backdoor spades.
Oh my
Pablo
gosh.
has backdoor spades.
Oh my goodness gracious. What a bad beat surfed up here. Pablo out there shoveling. Another spade. All the spades coming on home.
A brand new feature table. And Brent, I'd say we're familiar with a couple names there.
Holy cow, yeah, look at this. Our super high roller champion, James Romero, otherwise known as the Trophy Lick. Hugo Spangenberg, Grandmaster in chess. How about Chino,
Chino
baby?
is back at our featured table. Jorge with jacks. Troublesome spot to say the least with less than 20 bigs.
Yikes. I assume he's going to pile it in.
Pile it in, he does. Music to Eduardo's ears.
Oh my goodness.
Leo has the ace king in the cutoff.
What a spot all of a sudden for Eduardo.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Leo also starting the hand with less than 20 bigs.
A ver cuánto tiene. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
All of it from Leo. Francisco actually had ace queen.
Wow.
All of it from Eduardo, and here we go. Jorge Rosalino, Leo Fernandez, all in and at risk. Aces versus jacks versus ace king.
Okay, my friend.
Leo's reading the magazine here.
Bye.
Sí,
Sí, está claro. ¿no?
¿Cómo hago para ganar esto? Color de trébol, color de corazón,
Color de corazón.
rey.
Escaleras.
Escalera muy difícil.
Mueva la pierna, bueno.
He's got clubs, he's got hearts.
Rey de trébol, rey de pica, a ver. El más difícil el primero.
Corazón. Pic.
8-7-4 with 2 spades.
Gonna need a straight.
¿Y ahora?
otra pica.
9 on the turn. Jorge needs a jack or a 10. It does not come on the river.
Bienvenidos
The
al
double
maravilloso
KO
mundo de Santijuela.
Esta mano se la dedico.
from Eduardo will count it down.
Menos Leo, vos, ¿no?
Muy bien.
But it looks
What a
like it's a
start
good
to this
game for
feature
Leo.
table.
Good game for Jorge.
Holy cow.
Wow.
No voy a saber qué tenía, así que no
Sí,
digas
es
con
the ace queen of
comentario
hearts
que
in the
tenías un
cutoff.
4 y un 8.
One open, you fold it, huh? That was, huh?
I sniffed it.
Ace queen of spades for Mike Del Vecchio on the button. About 23 bigs.
Yeah, cut off dealer. These are premiums. You're playing for stacks at this point.
All in.
Yeah, all of it for Mike.
Oh my.
Ace king for
Unbelievable.
Francisco.
Just
Wow.
unbelievable. What we have seen. And now all of a sudden, Matheus was going to snap with ace queen suited, is now going to consider folding. Probably has to fold.
Yeah. He does indeed lay it down. Nice spot for Francisco, so far at least. Mike will need a little bit of help. About a 3-to-1 dog. Comes 10-8-7 with 1 spade. Backdoor draws. King on the turn needs a jack. It does not come on the river.
How much you got?
And that will count it down to be sure, but it looks like that'll do it for Mike Del Vecchio.
2.4.
His perspective on the Phil Galfond challenge, issued a nice little statement there, which followed up by a Galfond response, and they're very friendly with one another.
Yeah.
I'm loving Luke Schwartz on Twitter right now. Go ahead and give him a follow. Check out what he has to say.
Okay.
Now, Nick Schulman, on the other hand, let me type into your Twitter. Pick this up. Is Romero thinking about getting a little frisky with the 7-8 offsuit from the big blind? Probably just going to play a little defense. Eduardo does open snug. He's under the gun +1. Schulman, a little tweet said he was too tilted to post it at the time. However, this picture stuck with him. Is Phil Ivey ordered a beautiful little sushi dinner to Bobby's room and just roared through a bag of Skittles at the same time. And he said, don't worry about how I eat. I eat good. I'm good. I'm good. And Nick took a picture and provided it for us here on Twitter. There it is. Sushi platter, some Skittles.
The legend of Phil Ivey continues to grow.
Yeah. Nice to have Ivey back.
Yeah.
He certainly is back playing cash games. Wonderful. How about James here? King 9-9 going to take the unorthodox lead. And I think this works whenever our opponent doesn't, have this. James has to be done, I assume, unless he just plans to run a savage bluff, repping a 9 on every single street. I don't think that's going to work, but let's see. You never know with Romero, the lick. And he is going to do it. Romero.
Yeah, firing again on the turn.
He is after throats. Going to try and represent. Eduardo is just simply licking his chops, I believe. Not going to fold ace-king here.
Yeah, perfectly content with going call, call, call. James does river a no good 7. James uses a time extension card.
I mean, he is twisted, this kid.
Yeah.
Romero is just representing a 9 by betting every single street if he does it again. He's asking himself, can I possibly force a king to fold? Could he have turned just a nut flush draw? If that's the case, can I get to showdown with this 7? Is he really going to risk it right here?
There
Oh
it is
my
from James Romero.
Oh my
Leads
goodness
flop,
gracious.
leads turn, shoves river.
And he is targeting, hoping that it's perhaps 10s, jacks, queens, representing a 9. I think ace-king's going to be hard for him to get to fold. It is still sick and twisted.
Eduardo raised pre. James defended out of the big blind on the king 9-9 flop. James took the lead. Time extension card used by Eduardo. James took the lead again on the turn for a final time here on the river for all of it. We've discussed how he is indeed one of the more creative players that this game has. Putting that creativity on full display here. But is this going to work? Another time extension card used.
O sea que marchó. 3 millones es.
2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7, 2, 8, 2, 9, 300 más o menos.
Decime cuánto es.
Está bien.
The shove representing a slight over bet.
2, 9. 3.
3 millones 75.
3 millones 75 mil.
Eduardo at least counting out the chips. Another time extension card used. Looks like he has at least one time extension card left.
I can't believe this might actually
maybe
work.
one more after that one was
The fact
tossed
that he's in the tank this long with Ace King, I can't believe Romero found this in him. Clearly, again, targeting tens, jacks, queens, trying to force those into the muck. And maybe once in a while the king, but he's going to call. And James Romero is out of the door. Wait a minute. What just happened?
Be careful as he slams his cards down. That ace king is good. A magnificent attempt at a bluff by James Romero. It does not get through though. He gets looked up by Eduardo.
Okay guys, we're gonna have two all-in call, one table.
So we have 2 all-ins and calls.
Showdown guys, please.
Let's go to this one first. Seat 1 has 8s. Seat 3 has kings. Seat 3, the one all in and at risk.
Flop is deuce.
Flop is jack 10 deuce.
Still in the lead. The king's turn card is a jack.
Turn is another
and
jack.
The river card. River
is a 10. And seat 3 doubles up.
We have 3 all-ins. One is table 70.
3.
Showdown, please. Short stack.
Christian Scalzi running the show. Yuri with the queen 3 of clubs. Oh, Sinclair has aces. Yuri in rough shape.
Flop
comes king 9 6. Yuri needs runner.
Let's see the turn card. Turn card is a 10.
Does turn a 10. Can spike a jack on the river. Misses on the river.
So we have
we do have one elimination. Jack 9 of hearts against 8s here. The 8s are at risk. The flop is ace queen 3. The 8s are safe so far.
Is one ace.
The 8s are still safe. River card. Oh, it's a jack! And with that, the bubble has burst.
We are 60, and let's see the last all
at the Party Poker Live Million South America.
We have one more all in.
We do indeed. Fernandez has the queen 9 of diamonds. Dobini has the jack 5 of spades. These two were all in against each other earlier in hand-for-hand play. Let's see what happens this time. Fernandez is ahead.
3 kings and 4.
Fernandez is still ahead. Dobini looking for a jack or a 5 or runner. The turn card is the ace. Wheel draw now for Dobini.
River.
And the river is a 10. That's a double up for Marcelo Fernandez. Christian Scalzi said it. 60 players left in this field right now. 65 players left in the tournament when you include our online qualifiers. And we are in the money here in Uruguay. They did it, Brent, at the Party Poker Live Million South America main event. Round of applause.
It is electric.
They deserve it.
Here we go.
Quite the atmosphere at the Enjoy Resort and Casino. Everybody is in the money. Everybody can bag and tag, and everybody can move on to tomorrow. They have made it to day 3. They have assured themselves of at least $20,000.